Welcome to the class again. Now I will give some more examples on this. The second variation in Filkin-Anne model is when we have an electronegative atom, more electronegative atom than carbon in the molecule. For example, when you look at this example, we have sulfur atom. Sulfur is more electronegative than carbon, right? Then what is the stereochemistry around this carbon in this product? Okay. Now, again, of course, according to Filkin-Anne model, we must represent it using Newman projection. Then carbonyl group will be like this, and whatever it is there on carbonyl, here we have pH group, phenyl group. Then in the previous case, we used to have a large group here, right? But in this case, we don't write large group here. Here, what we will write is more electronegative atom. We must write electronegative atom here. We must write electronegative. Previously, we used to write large group here, but here we must write electronegative atom. Then we will represent the around this. So ethyl is the next large group, and of course hydrogen will be the small group. Now this must be the variation in representation using Newman projection. Okay, so when we have more electronegative atom present in the molecule, then that must be represented perpendicular to the carbonyl. Instead of the large group, the more electronegative atom must be placed perpendicular to the carbonyl. Then the next large group will be here, small group will be here. Okay, now we will try to write the product. So here borohydride reduction, that means H minus addition. So it will approach this carbonyl from with the Bouguereau-Dunit angle. So the product will be, of course, the incoming nucleophile must be written like this. Then carbonyl will be converted to alcohol, and we have a pH group here on the front carbon. Then backside carbon, yes, we have methyl. Then we have ethyl. Sorry, this is S-methyl, ethyl, and hydrogen. Now, in the product, phenyl and ethyl both are in the plane. So that means phenyl and ethyl both are in the plane. That means they must be anti to each other in the Newman projection. Yes, here you see the ethyl group and phenyl group both are anti to each other. Both are anti to each other. Then we need to determine the stereochemistry around this carbon with respect to sulfur. So with respect to sulfur, OH is syn. OH and sulfur both are on the same side. So that means OH and sulfur both are syn. Okay. So the product is, since sulfur is above the plane, OH will also be above the plane. Okay. So this is the major product. Syn is the major product. Yeah, please take the notes. So this is second variation in a Filkin-Anne model. If we have more electronegative atom must be placed perpendicular to the carbonyl. Then next large group, that means medium sized group, small sized group. Of course, the nucleophile addition and everything are same. Okay, only variation is electronegative atom must be placed perpendicular to the carbonyl. I will give you one more example for this. When we have a nucleophile of this kind, this is an enolation. Okay, remember that means it is like this. It is an enolation of ester. Okay, if it undergoes resonance, we will get this. Right. Then what is the product here? Okay, you try along with me. I'll also explain it, but you also try along with me. Yeah, in a Felkin model, the carbonyl must be placed like this, and we have only hydrogen here. And next, nitrogen is more electronegative atom on this carbon, so it must be placed perpendicular to the carbonyl. And on the on this carbon, we have this alkyl group. We have this alkyl group, and similarly, we also have hydrogen. Then this nucleophile. So this nucleophile will approach this molecule from this direction. So Burt-Dunit angle. The product will be, so this nucleophile, what is this? This is an ester, right? Ester, and we will have OH here, of course hydrogen. Then NBN twice, hydrogen, and we have a group here. So in the product, what must be written in the plane? Of course, hydrogen cannot be written in the plane. So whatever the group we are getting, this must be written in the plane. So in the product, sorry, in the product, this ester group must be there. Okay, CO2 ED. So this must be written in the plane. So this alkyl group and this alkyl group both are written in the plane. That means these two must be anti to each other. These two must be anti to each other. Then when we rotate it 120 degrees, then this fellow will come here. So then these will be anti to each other. Then when we rotate the back carbon 120 degrees, this nitrogen will come here. This nitrogen will come here. That means OH and nitrogen are anti to each other. So the product is anti-product. Because nitrogen is below the plane, now the OH will be, sorry, it will be above the plane because it is the anti-product. So the major product will be anti-product. So this is how we need to determine the stereochemistry around the carbonyls. Remember, you may be confused with the stereochemistry of this methyl group. We are not worried about this, right? Because this is the front carbon and this is the backside carbon. So this is just a substituent. We are not worried about the stereochemistry around this alkyl group. Take it as just an R group. Okay, we are not worried about this. So I did not write the rotation, right? So you please rotate it 120 degrees, then write the product. Okay, please take a snapshot. I'm going to change this page. This is hydrogen. Yeah. The next variation in Felkin NA model, third variation is coordination. Coordination with the metal. So we will have a more electronegative element. At the same time, we will use a coordinating metal ion so that it will change the stereochemistry around this carbonate. So for example, when this compound is treated with sodium borohydride, the product will be product will be anti. So it is 73%. Of course, we also have syn product. It is only 27%. Now you look at the selectivities. Of course, the stereochemistry around this carbon will decide the stereochemistry of this, but still we have less selectivity. It is the major product is 73%, minor product is 27%. But when we do the same reaction with methyl magnesium bromide, dimethyl magnesium, here magnesium is capable of chelating. Chelation. This is called coordination or chelation. Methyl group, magnesium group is capable of chelating between this oxygen and this oxygen. So it will change the stereochemistry like this. So here, the nucleophile is methyl group. Nucleophile is methyl group. So the syn product, anti-product is 1% only, but the major one is syn product. That means methyl and OH. Methyl and OH both are on same side. So it is the major. It is exactly reverse to the product here. For example, if you write the stereochemistry of hydrogen here, hydrogen will be above the plane. See, this is the major here, but with the coordination, the stereochemistry has been changed. It is only the minor product and the major product is anti. Now you also look at the selectivities. Here the selectivity is very less, 73% versus 27%. But when we have chelation, you look at the selectivity, it is 99% versus 1%, right? So that means the chelation not only changes the stereochemistry around this carbonyl, but at the same time, it will also change the selectivity in the product. I will, again, I will give the Felkin and a model. So I'll take the Newman projection and I will explain the stereoselectivity here. So this is the carbonyl. We have a phenyl group here. And in sodium borohydride case, what we need to do, we will place this more electronegative atom perpendicular to the carbonyl, right? But when we have chelation, we should not keep the more electronegative here. What we should do is, we should keep the more electronegative atom here. That means in the place of medium sized group. Then of course the large group. So here it is a methyl group, and the small group, of course, it is hydrogen. When we place like this, what happens? The zinc 2 plus, which is capable of coordinating, now it will coordinate to both this OMe group and carbonyl group. Because of this chelation, this conformation is more stable. Because of the chelation, this conformation is more stable. Okay. So if there is no chelation, that means in case of sodium borohydride, what we will do, we will place OMe here, methyl here, hydrogen here. but because of the chelation, sorry, this is magnesium, right? So I'll take magnesium. So because of the chelation capability, magnesium, uh, chelation capability of magnesium, we will change the stereochemistry around this carbonyl. We will place more electronegative atom in the place of medium-sized group, so that the chelating atom will now involve in coordination. So because of this chelation, this conformation is more stable. Now we will write the product stereochemistry accordingly. Okay, right. So when I write the stereochemistry of this, of course, the incoming methyl group must be like this. Then carbonyl is converted to OH. Then we have phenyl group. Of course, we are not changing this. This is the methyl, this is the O-methyl, and this is the hydrogen. Now, when we look at the compounds which must be placed in the plane, phenyl and OMe are in the plane. So they must be anti to each other. Phenyl and OMe, yes, both are anti to each other. Very fine. Then we will look at the stereochemistry around this carbon with respect to methyl. So the methyl on OMe group, OMe, methyl is there. Then with respect to methyl, how methyl is there or how OH is there. You see, OH is syn, methyl is anti. So methyl is anti because this is above the plane, this methyl is below the plane. So both are anti. OH is above the plane because these two are syn. So this is how we need to determine the stereochemistry when we have chelation. Yeah, please take the notes. Yeah, there is a question when we should use Filkin model and when we should use Cram's model. You know, Cram's model, as I said, there is a spherical repulsion because it is a superimposed configuration, right? So we don't use Cram's model unless otherwise you are asked to predict the product based on Cram's rule. We don't use Cram's rule because in the Cram's rule, the substituent on carbonyl and the large group both are superimposed to each other. That means uh, we will have spherical repulsions in Cram's rule. Okay, so that is why we will avoid Cram's rule, of course, but he is the first to identify the stereochemistries in these reactions. So that is why we are discussing Cram's rule. Otherwise, we don't discuss it also. Okay, so in the exam, if you are asked to predict the product based on Cram's rule, yes, you need to go for Cram's rule. Otherwise, we only use Filkin and a model. Instead of using chat box, you can directly message to me in the group or personally. Okay, looking at the chat box, it is difficult for me. Please message me using WhatsApp. Okay, either to my personal number or in the group. Yeah, please mute yourself. Please don't turn up. So when we will have chelation, when we don't have chelation. Generally, it depends on metal ion. Okay, so for chelation, we must have more electronegative atom, either oxygen, phosphorus, nitrogen, sulfur. Okay, oxygen group or nitrogen group. Then only we will have chelation. Right, and that also it depends on the cations: sodium, magnesium, zinc. Generally, when we have sodium ion or potassium ion, we don't observe any chelation. Even with lithium also we don't observe chelation, but sometimes it is possible. With lithium, sometimes it is possible to have chelation, but generally we don't consider it. But when we will expect chelation? Yeah, of course, as I said, lithium plus, sometimes we observe it. Of course, it depends. And then when we have a magnesium ion or zinc ion or copper ion, when we have magnesium ion, zinc ion, copper ion, or titanium 4 plus, or cerium 3 plus, or manganese 2 plus. So when we have these ions present in the reagents, or when we add them additionally, okay, if they are part of the reagent, fine, or if they are not part of the reagent, we will add them additionally, like in Luce reduction, where we used to add cerium trichloride. Okay, so then they will have chelation. They will have chelation. So for chelation, we must have more electronegative atom as well as one of these cations in the reaction mixture. Right, I think you all have written up to that. I'll give two more examples for chelation. You practice them, okay? I don't just sulfur is more electronegative atom, so it can be involved in chelation. So what is the product? You just write major product when we reduce it with sodium borohydrate, and what is the major product when we reduce it using zinc borohydrate. Okay, so and similarly, I'll give one more example for this. You practice them, okay? So here we have phosphorus as well as oxygen for chelation. Then what is the product when we reduce it with sodium borohydrate? And similarly, what is the product when we reduce it under Luce reduction conditions? But both times you please try to write the 1,2 addition product. Don't look for 1,4 addition, okay? Just look for 1,2 addition product. Yeah, I would like to discuss about few problems on enzymatic reactions. So I think I'll change this page. So we have 10 more minutes. I'll quickly rush through that. Enzymatic reductions. We use enzymes for reducing the carbonyl groups. Generally, we use Baker's yeast. When we use Baker's yeast, the carbonyl, what we will get, the alcohol, what we will get is generally alpha alcohol. It is generally alpha alcohol. Here we will get more than 99% enantiomeric excess. So generally we will say it is S alcohol. So 1, 2, 3. So it should be S. So what we call it as S alcohol. It is always S alcohol. So I'll quickly write some examples. Please take the notes. It is not just the alpha alcohol. It must be S. It can be above the plane or it can be below the plane, but it must be S alcohol. So in this case, it is beta alcohol, but still when you look at the configuration, it will be S only. So enzymatic Baker's yeast reduction will give us S alcohol. So this is all what I want to say. I'll give two more problems just for practice. What is the product when we reduce it using hydrogen and palladium on carbon? And what is the product when we reduce it using Birch reduction conditions? I'll just give one more example. Here, what is the large group, what is the small group, whether the large group is right side or left side. That's what you need to identify. Then you can write the product. Yeah, if you have any doubts, I can answer.